So I think we all kind of know that I am a fitness nerd. So I don't only love just like doing exercises and all sorts of random cool stuff, but more importantly, I think that we should try to do them well. So when you train with me, you don't only get just like cool exercises and cool workouts and things like that, but we harp on form, because form is where you really get results without hurting yourself. Okay, so it's one thing to just do an exercise to do it, but if you do it well, you're gonna feel it more. It's gonna help you more aesthetically, so you're gonna get the results you want, but it's also gonna actually help you get stronger. It's going to help you stay mobile, and it's going to keep you from hurting yourself. So I do, technique tips off and on, but I'm trying to do this more consistently for you guys. So today I wanted to talk about the glute bridge. The glute bridge is an extremely important exercise because it's really, really good for our backs, for our hips. It takes away knee pain, it takes away back pain, and it's prescribed from anyone to like an Olympic powerlifter to like your 90-year-old grandmother, all right? So everyone likes to do them for one reason or another. People who are hardcore fitness and are looking for performance will do glute bridges because it helps make your other lifts stronger, like your squats, your deadlifts, things like that. It gives athletes more power. And then of course, for people who are looking for aesthetics, glute bridges really helps your behind, okay? However, if we're not doing it right, we're one, putting ourselves at risk of potential injury, but two, we're not getting the aesthetics that you want. So you're not really training the muscles the way you're hoping to train them. So I think a lot of times we see cool exercises or good exercises and we just like do them. And a glute bridge especially, it looks simple, but there's a little bit to it that we tend to not focus on. So let's get to it. The biggest thing, there are two common things that happen with bridges. First of all, we do bridges and you get a hamstring cramp, right? And we're like, oh, we need to drink more water. Well, yeah, you need to drink more water, but also your feet are a little too far out. So when our feet are further out in our bridge, it actually puts the emphasis on our hamstrings, not on our glutes. So step one, pull your feet in, okay? Not so far in that you have knee pain or anything like that, but you definitely want your feet a little further in than you'd think. It keeps the hamstring muscles shorter, and it allows them, it makes it less likely to cramp, but B, it allows you to focus more on the glutes. The second thing is that we tend to focus on the wrong thing when it comes to a bridge. We tend to focus on getting as high as possible in a bridge, but what it does is it causes this arch in the back, and it actually pinches the low back. And you're not using your glutes as much, you're actually putting more strain on your back muscles here, and then when you come down, this is what it looks like. And especially if you're doing like barbell hip thrusts like I love to do, that tends to happen. We come here and then your back comes down. So you actually don't want to do that at all. So instead of focusing on the height, let's focus on keeping your back flat. So I have a client who calls this Elvis pelvis. So think about, it's technically called a posterior pelvic tilt, but really I tell people, think about pushing your low back into the mat. So the key to bridges, push your low back into the mat, and then squeeze your glutes and only go as high as you can go just by squeezing your glutes, and then you want to come back down with that flat back, okay? So here, even if you were to take off less weight and do it this way, if you've been arching your back, you are going to feel your glutes fire much, much more, okay? So keeping the back nice and flat. Again, you're not arching up as high as possible. That's not the goal of a bridge. The goal of the bridge is to use the glutes, right? So you want to only lift as high as your glutes can squeeze, and then you're coming back down with a flat back. So whenever we tend to arch, like I said, it pinches the low back, and you're not really working your glutes. You're stretching the stuff that you're trying to strengthen. So tip is just push your hips into the ground, push your low back into the ground, squeeze the glutes to come up, down, and that is how you do a glute bridge. Have a